Man, it doesn't matter how old people are. When you see beings operate correctly and uniquely, it is just magical and it's just perfect. It's beautiful. You know, my son yesterday said, "Hey, Dad, that voice in my head is shaming me for not finishing this drink that you made me." You know, I make him like a special drink every day. I ask him if he wants it. He says yes. I bring it to him, you know. Sometimes he finishes it, sometimes he doesn't. No big deal. It is what it is. It's not the point. So he says, that voice in my head is shaming me for not finishing that. So I listened to him a little bit. You know, and you got to understand this kid's 10. And so it's a big deal for somebody to be aware of that. You know, many adults aren't even aware of what's operating within him. And so then I ask him, would you like to know where those voices are coming from? Would you like to know why they repeat the same questions the way they do? And so I come back a little while later after I scratch down. You know, I look at his open centers, his open head, his open G center, his open heart, his open emotional system, his 4 open centers in his design, and where those not self questions and those not self themes come from. You know, where those glitches in our mind come from that try to mess with our perception and our ability to really see things for what they are, right? And I wrote them down, and I wrote them down in ways that he would understand, and I gave them to him. And he read through them really quick, and he's like, "God, that makes so much sense. God, that makes so much sense." You know, this is the magic of what I've learned about design. It doesn't matter how old you are, right? Ra always said it's for the kids, right? Because it's just a description about what's happening. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening, man. The magic is that he can start to see objectively. He can see as a passenger, and he can watch his body and his brain and his mind operate. It doesn't mean the shame, the voices in your head and all those different, you know, inner dialogue. Everybody has their own experience of what that is. You know, the pressure, the mental pressure, the questions, right? The uncertainties, you know, all the different things, right? The fear, the insecurities, all of those things. That's my magic for today. What was yours?